Coach, hard to believe, start of a fall camp for soccer is just around the corner. Exciting time of the year. Everyone ready to go?
I hope so. We'll find out in a few days when they get here. We hope they're healthy and happy when they get here and ready to hit the ground running.
All right, talk about the players that you have back that were involved in spring ball. Talk about what you did last spring and how you hope that carries over to the fall?
Yeah, we were really pleased with our spring. For the first time in a while, we were able to get outside and really have some quality training sessions. The weather cooperated with us a little bit more this year, so we were able to get in several games and some really good training sessions. We had 4 seniors that graduated last year, and those are big shoes to fill, but we had the spring to work with our young players and help them settle into the roles that we think they're going to play. We thought we played some good games, certainly ended on a high note with our last game, and hope that those young players come back ready to play.
Talk about the makeup of this year's team. You have you have more newcomers than returners. So talk about mending the old with the new.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a challenge to bring your freshman class and your transfers in and help them become a part of the team quickly and mesh quickly. So we certainly plan team building activities and plan opportunities for them to get to know each other better. It's been a part of our culture on our team, and I think our players understand that. And so while we'll structure some team building and structure those opportunities, our players take advantage of that too. You certainly see them at meals trying to get to know each other better and making sure in practice they're not always with the same person. They're trying to train with different people and get to know their teammates. They understand how important it is. With essentially 5 days of practice before our first exhibition game, our returners know how important it is to connect with new players and get to know them on and off the field so that we can play some quality soccer this year.
Looking at this year's team, what do you feel some strengths will be?
I think Mallory Hoyt in our central midfield is going to have a really good presence. She was a terrific player her freshman year. You don't often see freshmen starting in the center mid and playing the kind of minutes that she played. She's good on the ball and she's smart and she really plays a good tactical game. So we're excited to get her back and see how she does. We know she'll have a new partner in the central mid with her, with Kelsey Meyer graduating, and so she'll be playing off someone else, but we think she'll do well. We think our back line's going to be strong again. We'll have some new faces in the back line, but the last couple of years we've set school records in terms of the least amount of goals we've given up, so we know as a team that we know how to play good team defense and pride ourselves in that. So I think our back line and our central midfield will be strong.
Looking at the number of players that you have on your roster, looks like there should be a lot of competition for a lot of spots.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been building the last few years to become more and more competitive within our squad, and I think you'll see that this year. We do have a lot of depth in a variety of positions, and so our hope is that we're always at least 2 people deep in every spot so that those 2 players are battling in practice, pushing each other to be better each and every day. So I think we will be competitive, and I think people are going to have to work hard to get time on the field.
2012 schedule, you have some new teams in the conference. You're also in a new region this year. Talk about those components a little bit.
I think the schedule is one of the things that's changed the most since I've been here. When I took the job just a few years ago, we were playing 20 games, and 7 of those were non-conference games. And typically we were scheduling NAIA games and games that we thought we had a really good chance at winning. Fast forward a few years, we're just playing 18 games, and only 3 of those are non-conference. And so now we're playing a complete Division II schedule. So we've got our 15 conference games, and we've got our 3 non-conference games. We'll play Northwest Missouri State, and we played them last year, and we'll play Drury and Missouri S&T at their place. So all 3 of those are in-region games for us. All 3 of them are Division II games for us. And then we've got obviously our conference, which is a strong conference. We've got the addition of Minot State and the addition of the University of Sioux Falls. So no easy games on our schedule at all. Gone are the days where you could have a light non-conference schedule to kind of build your way into the season. We hit the ground running, literally, and have to be ready to play on day 1.
A coach always talks about senior leadership. Looking at your roster, now you have some players that have been with your program,
right,
but you don't have any seniors.
Right.
So who do you look to for that, quote, senior leadership?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for us. We talked about that a lot this spring. We have no seniors on our squad, and so who steps up? And that's exciting for me because the 4 seniors that we lost to graduation were just terrific leaders, and they set such a good example for our young players. So I think we could be nervous with their loss, what's going to happen. I'm excited because we know players are going to step up. I think it's going to be more leadership by committee. I think we have different personalities that will fill different roles on our team, and I'm excited to see that happen. I think we'll be surprised by some of the players that step up, and we've given them that freedom to do that, and we'll support their effort to lead our team on and off the field, and whether that's being a vocal leader or leading by example, taking care of some of the little details that need to be taken care of with the team. We think we have the right people to do that, and we'll see how that unfolds in the next week.
Back to the schedule for a second. You talked about your non-conference in region games. Talk about the conference slate a little bit. Who's going to be good in the conference this year? And you have the addition of 2 new teams.
Sure. I think Mankato is going to be unbelievable this year. They were great last year, and they've added some really strong players and some Division I transfers that are going to make an instant impact for them. So I certainly expect Mankato to be at the top of the pack. Winona just has a tradition of winning. They're used to winning, and they have a culture of winning. So there's no doubt that they'll be in the mix as well. Wouldn't surprise me if those were the 2 vying for that number 1 spot. But in our conference, we always know that there are teams in the middle of the pack that can get on a streak at the end of the season and can compete and be in that conference tournament. And that's certainly where we hope to be. We want to be in the conference tournament, and we want to just have those moments of brilliance that we certainly have seen with the U.S. women, that all you need is that one opportunity and score that goal and get to the next game and see what you can do. And that's where we want to be at the end of the season. We don't know a lot about Minot. We don't know a lot about Sioux Falls at this point, and we know that those 2 coaches have been out recruiting hard. We've seen them, and they're ready to compete. They're not wanting to take a few years to settle into the conference. They want to be active right away. So it'll be a competitive year in the Northern Sun, and I'm sure everybody's going to bring their best every time they take the field.
And last question, what do you want to see from your team through kind of leading up through fall ball to the start of the year and then throughout the season? What kind of goals have you got set for 2012?
Yeah, there's no doubt we want to play good possession soccer. It's not a secret the style of soccer we play. We want to hold on to the ball. We want to attack with numbers. Our midfield's been crucial for goal scoring for us, and that won't change at all. We certainly want to be solid in our back line. We want to continue to set school records for not giving up goals, and we know that if we're doing that, we can be competitive. If we can keep a clean sheet and score a goal, we're in good shape. And so we want our back line to be solid, and that'll be a priority going into preseason. We'll make sure our back line is shored up and then build on the attack from there. But as long as we're playing our style of soccer and we're disciplined and we're playing in a way that we think is what we call the beautiful game, holding on to the ball, we'll be happy with that, and hopefully we put ourselves in a position to compete in the conference tournament at the end of the season.